में जैश-ए मोहम्मद एंड लश्कर-ए-तैयबा इन दोनों ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस ने रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्लेम करी कि हमने पहलगाम अटैक किया था, जो कि 22 अप्रैल को 2025 में कश्मीर में ये स्पेसिफिकली बोलकर कि आप हिंदू हो या नहीं हो, मर्डर किया गया 26 से ज़्यादा लोगों को और उसमें से मेजॉरिटी ऑफ हिंदू थे। I try to did the research to figure out what Jaish-e-Mohammed actually does and what do they do. And one name was coming up again and again, and it was Bahawalpur, Pakistan, the same site where India attacked. Bahawalpur is where chief of Jaish-e-Mohammed stays. He's known for a lot of things. Some of the things that were not so successful, like he once tried to kidnap Rahul Gandhi and failed, and then other things as well that we're going to talk about in this video. Now, in order for us to understand who Masood Azhar is, we have to go back to Soviet era. At that time, in 1979, Soviet Union, now Russia, was in fight with the US. There was a Cold War going on, and then Russia was trying to gain some control over Afghanistan, and US don't wanted Russia to be in Afghanistan. So at that point, US started funding Pakistan because they wanted to run the proxy war. They don't want to be directly involved, but they would want to maybe fund some of the militant groups or maybe the army itself to go and fight for them against Soviet Unions. And that is what happened. For 10 years, about 10 years they fought, and about millions and millions of people died in that time. And the result of it was that Soviet Union did push away from Afghanistan.
It's a very strange world. I remember when I was a student, there'd be a lot of criticism about America intervening all over the world. And now when I travel around to Asian or African countries, I often hear about why America is not intervening. So we've really come full circle.
But at that point, all of these militant groups that were formed, I think one of the name was Mujahideen. And Pakistan itself was also involved, and Iran was somewhere kind of involved as well. At that point, this Mujahideen group had members like Masood Azhar, and then also Osama bin Laden and other people were in support of those groups, and they got a lot of funding at that time from US. After the Soviet Union war was over, people like Osama bin Laden and Masood Azhar, they shifted their mind towards India.
You have declared a jihad against the United States. Can you tell us why?
The US government has committed acts that are extremely unjust, hideous, and criminal through its support of the Israeli occupation of Palestine. And we believe the US is directly responsible.
Now they wanted to attack India. Now they wanted to figure out how to destabilize India. And after 1989 and in 2000s, I think we all of us know that 9/11 happened. Osama bin Laden went and did this massive, awful attack in 9/11 in US. And at that time, around 2000s, Masood Azhar was actually in India. He was in Kashmir region, and he got arrested by police at that time because they saw him. And now the funny thing is, at that time, Osama bin Laden wanted Masood Azhar to be back in Pakistan. They tried few stuff, but then they failed every time. So they hijacked the Indian airplane at that time, and they took hostages, and they demanded that some of these militant terrorists, they should be freed. At that time, India had no choice, but they had to free some of these terrorists, and one of them was Masood Azhar. At that point, Ajit Doval also said this thing very publicly, that he was not very happy with this decision. And now you know that Ajit, he's still trying to fight against the same person that he freed during that time. Now, after 2000s, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Masood Azhar, he kind of got a free hand in Pakistan. He was able to train his militants. He says that he has about 300 sleeper cells, and he carried out a lot of attacks, which was very bad for India. He did the 2001 India's Parliament attack, 2016 Uri attack, and then 2019 Pulwama attack. Not only that, but then this other group, Lashkar-e-Taiba, also performed a lot of terror attacks in India. Notably, 2000's Red Fort attack, 2001 Indian Parliament attack, 2005 Delhi bombings, 2007 Hyderabad, 2008 Mumbai attack, and then 2010 Pune bombings. And then when 2025 Pahalgam happened, I think that was the point where Indian government decided now we have to push back against these terror groups, because this is not just a random attack. This terror attack was organized by these militant groups that has been there for decades and decades, and they do want to use the terror to destroy India at one point. So Indian government decided to do Operation Sindoor on 7th May, and we performed attack on 9 different locations. Bhavalpur was one of them. Now this Bhavalpur location is not just on LOC, it is like way beyond LOC, and this is where Jaish-e-Mohammed's founder headquarters are, Masood Azhar, and some of his family members also died. And the other locations were Murid Ke, Sarjal, Sialkot, Himber, Gulpur, Kotli, and then 2 other targets in Muzaffarabad. Now the point is that these terror attacks was the point where every Indian actually wanted a revenge, wanted answer from Indian government that what are we going to do, because we don't want to see another Pahalgam attack. So I'm going to make another video on the detailed analysis of how the Operation Sindoor is going, because it is still going on. On 8th May also, we performed some of the attacks, because Pakistan has started to actually send missiles in Amritsar, in Pathankot, in Jalandhar, and then also in Jammu and Kashmir. In Kashmir region also about 10 or 20, more than 20 people actually died, which were civilians only. And the reason behind why India was able to kind of defend to us S-400, the same defense system that we bought from Russia. It is one of the best defense system, and because of that only there are no casualties from missile system as of now. I think there is a proof that we have kind of defended about more than 9 or more than, I don't know, 10 instances that are officially documented on news channels, but I think the attack is still going on, so the number must be increasing. There is a blackout happening across North India, North region, and I think today is 9th May. We are going to cover whatever happens on 9th May and 8th May. Do comment on this video what are the other things that you would like me to cover as part of my next videos. As part of my next video, the topic that I have is that I'm going to cover Operation Sindoor in detail, and we are going to go into the analysis of what is going on and what are the things that could happen. Along with it, we're also going to cover other geopolitical situations that are happening, that how other countries are supporting India, or other countries are actually playing against India by supporting Pakistan. Also, we are going to also cover other situations like India versus China, and what are the things that we are planning to do over there, and other geopolitical things. I also plan to make a video on AI and drones, but do comment down on the video what are the topics of your interest, and I will see you in next video. Do subscribe so you do too. Jai Hind. Bye.